Namaste Krishna Rao garu. Welcome to IYRTalks English edition. Being a South Indian, we are more lovers of regional language rather than the Hindi imposed by the North Indian people. For North Indian people, it's the mother language. Daily, the boy or a girl, whoever is born, because mother tongue is Hindi, they have better, knowledge, expression, and everything about this one. When we are young, there is a called three language formula implementation. And in fact, at the time when we are studying 10th class or so, there is a big agitation that has taken place on this implementation, not rubbing Hindi as a language for the South Indian, all over India. So there is agitation and all that, and Tamil Nadu is at focal point at the point of time. And now recently the government of India taking its educational policy, they wanted to again put more emphasis on this three language formula to be implemented, and Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Stalin completely negated that, and then he said we will not implement that. So that is a big controversy now that is there between the center state relationships. What do you think about this three language formula, and how the DMK party is going to take on its stride by taking it as a negative factor among the public, and then keep the momentum live till next elections?
Yeah, I think 1947 when we became independent, there was a discussion about having an official language and lingua franca for the whole of the country, and it was decided it should be Hindi. Because Pakistan went away and they adopted Urdu as their national language, and then Urdu became their language, so Hindi was what was proposed here. But at that time, since South and other areas, Hindi was not a popular language, they gave a 20-year gap to implement that resolution. In my view, that was a mistake. If they just went ahead and continued with the official language and asked it to be learnt across the country as an additional language, maybe in 1947, the resistance would not have been that intense that developed at a later date. So that was in a way a mistake that was committed by the leadership at that time. So when 1967, the 20-year time came and this was to be implemented, there was a huge uproar in whole of South India, more so in Tamil Nadu. And this became a focal point. In fact, DMK would never have come to power in Tamil Nadu because Congress was very strong there, but for the language education. And it gave the necessary impetus for them to develop the political might all across the state and then build up the party. That's how they came to power. So, Karunanidhi knew and Stalin knows this is a very important emotional point. Today, both in terms of their governance, corruption, there are a lot of issues. People are not happy with them, and they know that. If they get this emotional issue to the front, then people think can be diverted away and they may have a chance of winning the next election. So I'm not surprised that Stalin made this into a big issue because he knows it will pay him electoral dividends. But let's look at the issue as such. The issue is, even in 67 when they told the North people will have an additional advantage because they will only have to learn two languages, Hindi and English, whereas we have to learn three languages, then the three language formula came in. So which says, okay, even in North they learned one more language, Indian language, what's wrong in it? So that's how the three language formula has developed. Now that has become part of the national educational plan. Nowhere they say you should learn Hindi. Your mother tongue, English, and one more language. It can be any language, but by default it becomes Hindi because that gives you an advantage of moving around the whole country because most people speak Hindi. But point is, by blindly going against this. In fact, Tamil Nadu is losing a lot. Today, when the IT industry is developing, most of the people are preferring Hyderabad and Bangalore compared to Chennai. Just for one reason, the North Indian workforce also feel equally at home at Hyderabad and Bangalore, not at Chennai where nobody speaks Hindi. Because of which actually Chennai is losing. Similarly, Tamilians movement across the country is restricted today. Unless, especially rural Tamilians. The urban Tamilians, they say down Hindi but learn Hindi because they are quite comfortable with Hindi and then go around all over the country. But what about the rural people? They are at a loss. They are not able to get that mobility which goes with learning of Hindi. So I think it's for the Tamil people, they should realize that there's no big deal in accepting Hindi as a third language and learning it. Because that would give them the additional advantage of mobility across the country and see through the game of this gentleman just to keep in power by making this as an emotional issue.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for enlightening on the topic.